Hi there, my name is Alanna and today we're going to be comparing the Louis Vuitton Key Pouch to the Louis Vuitton 6 keyring holder. So if you have one or the other and are deciding if you need both, or if you have neither and are thinking about picking one up, this video is for you. I do want to say that at the time that I purchased my key pouch, which was in approximately October of this year, it was very hard to get my hands on and I had to work with my sales assistant to get the piece I wanted. It was available in Damier Azur, however I don't like having light colored small leather goods because I think that's a recipe for it getting covered in pen or looking dingy and dirty. And so I really wanted the monogram because at the time I didn't own a monogram piece and I was sort of on the fence if it was right for me. Since then I've fallen in love with monograms, so I think you're going to see more monogram in my collection. But I'm going to start off with why you need at least one of these pieces. So look, if you have a beautiful handbag and you spent a lot of money buying that handbag, the last thing you want is your keys scratching it up. I think that if you have a beautiful bag, you've worked hard for it, you've saved for it, you enjoy it, and you want to keep it in as good condition for as long as possible. I always thought that just a keychain was fine and that there was no need for something to, what I thought was protect your keys. But the way I look at it now is it's actually something that protects your bag from your keys. Growing up, my grandma had a piece very similar to this, although it was not designer, it was just black leather, and she always kept her keys in it, and I just thought it was something for old ladies. But I also thought Shoppers Optimum cards were for old ladies, and those things are lit, so clearly my grandma was, you know, a trailblazer, ahead of her times. And what I actually really come to appreciate is that this helps me stay organized. I hate digging around in my purse. I hate kind of like jumbling. I hate the idea of, you know, not being able to easily locate something. And so this is very easy to locate in my bag. My one complaint about it is kind of bulky. And I have one other complaint, and we're going to get to that in a moment. But when you open it up, for me, I use about three of the key rings. They do have a 4-piece available, but I just think why wouldn't you give yourself more options and have 6? And I find that the 6-piece very neatly holds my fob for my car, which was not a problem for me in the past, but now that I, you know, am driving a lot more because of COVID, I don't want to get on public transit, just, you know, being extra cautious. I really appreciate that. And the other thing I really like about it is when I'm driving, once I leave my my front door, I can just slip my thumb into here and lock or unlock my car. So I like that I don't have to undo it every time. I don't have to jumble, I don't have to have that key jangling. So when you open this piece up, it's canvas on the exterior, and it comes in the graphite, the Damier Ebene, the Damier Azur, and the monogram. I chose Damier Ebene because when I purchased this, I want to say, I guess just over a year ago, I purchased this last fall. I was convinced that my entire Louis Vuitton collection was going to be, save for one bag, was going to be Damier Ebene, and so I wanted everything to match. Now I've realized, 1, they match just fine, and 2, there's a monogram purse that's caught my eye, so I'm not as exclusive now. But I really like just how understated and simple it is. When you open it up, it is lined with leather. You've got this kind of gold brass piece here. And a feature that I didn't honestly realize for the longest time is you have a little pocket in there where you're able to fit a card. Or in this case, I'm gonna put some lottery tickets, just to show you that you can fit that in there. And it still looks very neat. And so it's great in a pinch if this is all you have room for. My one complaint about this piece is that it gets kind of bulky. But I blame that more on having the key fob. It's not so much the piece's fault, it's doing its job, you know, so I don't want to speak to its manager because it's just trying to do its best. So 4 months after I purchased it in about February, one of these pieces just popped off. And I meant to go in and get it fixed, but then March, the world shut down, and so I wasn't able to go into the store until probably about September, just with everything going on. And so I went into the store and asked about fixing it, and at first it looked like it was going to cost me like $50 or $75 to fix it, and I was sort of like, paid how much for this thing? And it broke within 4 months. So thankfully they did fix it, and the Louis Vuitton repair shop, I don't know exactly how it works, but they sent it out for service, did determine that it was with it, it was kind of unreasonable for it to have broken that quickly, and so I didn't have to pay anything, so I was very appreciative for that. But I would say just keep an eye on pieces sort of popping out. I think that's something to always be aware of, and so it's something I, you know, periodically do check on this. So that's kind of my initial thoughts on this piece. We're gonna get to this one, and then we're gonna compare, and I'm gonna sort of tell you which one I think you need. So this is the key pouch. Now, the way it's intended, two things. You could, I always have a little bit of trouble with this piece, but you kind of push it up and pull it out. So that's how you open it up. So the way I would use this personally is I would clip this into my bag, so that way this is never far behind. But you could also put your keys on it. Now, if you're gonna put your keys outside of the pouch, I think that really defeats the purpose. Yes, it's organized, but it's not keeping the inside of your bag safe. And for me, I want to protect the inside of my bag because I work really hard and I save up my money. And for me, even though I have a luxury and designer YouTube makeup handbag YouTube channel, it doesn't mean that I'm just like swimming in money and can just replace a new bag, you know, because I did something careless. So I personally don't use this to put my keys on. I think it's a really cute little detail. I think it's very sweet. You can actually just tuck that inside of there. And I've actually been using this piece as a card holder. So I'm not going to show you all my cards because I have my numbers on it, but you've got my driver's license, my credit card, my debit card, you've got a points card, you've got a lottery ticket. Like, there's a lot going on in here. And it actually holds an impressive amount. I personally don't like having the chain inside. I either just leave it out because I think it looks cute, or I'll clip it on to my bag, just if we're ever concerned about someone having, you know, sticky fingers in your purse. This is my first monogram piece, and I actually really like how monogram looks on a smaller piece. And it's honestly, having this has really helped me sort of grow to be really excited about it. And I really appreciate just how neatly you've got, it's very even and symmetrical, and I really appreciate that. Again, you've got a gold zip. I've never had a problem with it. Now, the reason I purchased this is when this was in the repair shop for about a month, basically. By the time they send it out and send it back to you, I didn't have that piece for about a month. And the first couple of days, I was just using my keys on a keychain, and it drove me nuts. It felt like I was constantly digging for it. It felt very jumbled. It wasn't good. I kind of had a feeling that Louis Vuitton wouldn't charge me to fix the piece, so I sort of used that to justify buying another one. And thankfully, I only had to wait about 2 weeks for this piece. I was very fortunate. I know people have had to wait longer. They did have it in Damier Azur right when I walked in, but I just think that, you know, when you're buying, even if it's only a small leather good, when you're buying a piece from a designer brand, if it's not the color and combo that you want, don't settle for less. You're paying a lot of money for it, and you deserve to have a piece that you're going to enjoy for years to come. So in between that, I actually just use an Ipsy makeup bag to do that function, and it was fine, but not really a long-term solution. So I picked this up, and for the longest time, I just actually put my keys inside of the pouch. And the one thing I didn't like about it from a key holding perspective is I had to open it to unlock my car. Whereas with this piece, I can just slip my thumb in and lock and unlock my car. But I did like that I could easily carry cards and my keys. And honestly, this has more or less at this point in time replaced my Sarah wallet. Now, the two other factors, of course, are one, not really leaving the house a lot, and when I do, I'm not really going anywhere nice. So for me, part of the joy of the wallet is pulling it out and just like enjoying it. Like, it's a very tactile experience for me. And so I honestly haven't even been wearing purses most of the time that I go out. And so I like this because I can just slip it in my pocket with like cards and just a key, just one key, and I'm good to go. That being said, I use this more as a wallet, but with the option that you could attach keys to it. Whereas I use this as a key pouch. I did intend for them both to be key pouches, but just in sort of the natural course of me using them, again, I've had this one since about late September, early October, which in COVID land feels like years. But I've gotten a lot of joy out of both pieces. I think that if you could only have one, I would get the key pouch because I think overall it's more versatile. But if you're looking for something really specifically for your keys, I would get the 6 key holder. The pouch is very, very sweet though. I love them both. I found a place for both of them in my collection, and I didn't think, when I purchased this, I didn't think that would be the case. So anyways, I hope this helps you make up your mind between the key pouch and the 6 key holder. Again, I think they're beautiful. I think that, you know, again, they can be enjoyed by men or women. They've got a number of prints available, including the graphite, which I think is a great piece, enjoyed by a lot of men, although it's gray. Ladies can enjoy it too. I really enjoy Louis Vuitton, and I'm actually planning my next purchase, which I'm definitely looking forward to unboxing on this channel soon. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful if you were trying to decide between the 2 pieces, or, you know, you have one and you're wondering if you need the other, or maybe you're just really enthusiastic about Louis Vuitton and you're sort of researching and trying to decide what you enjoy. I know that as I gear up for Louis Vuitton purchases, I love watching other people's thoughts on them so I can sort of figure out what direction I want to go in. We did recently hit 5,000 subscribers on this channel, which is amazing, and so we do have a Charlotte Tilbury giveaway that's open until the end of January. I'm going to leave that video in the description box so you can check that out, along with a few of my other Louis Vuitton videos that I think you'd enjoy and find useful. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.